one thing that is beneficial when you're buying a house is that you get a lender that's going to be there at the closing table with you. We go to all our closings. The reason we do that, somebody told me years ago that if you're not at the closing, that you get blamed for everything that went wrong. So that's pretty much the reason why we go to every closing, is to make sure we don't get blamed. And obviously I'm kidding, but really what we want to do is, this is the biggest financial decision that buyers are going to make many times in their life, and I don't want to take that lightly. And it's kind of like not going to the Super Bowl. We've prepared and we've done all this stuff to get you to that point, to not show up for game day when it's really time to put the initials down on the paper and sign and make that big decision. So you want to make sure that you get a lender that's willing to follow you through all the way to the end and sit at the table with you, so that if issues do come up, everybody's not scrambling to try to get your lender on the phone to find out what the problem is. And I've been a part of that, and I've heard of issues like that happening before, and that's really what can really make that closing process very stressful for you, for the listing agent, for the seller, for everybody, if the lender's not there to explain what's going on. The other thing is funding. Some lenders will wire money, and you need to be aware of that you may go in and close and sign your documents, but they may be waiting on a wire to come through to fund that loan. And if that wire doesn't come through until 3 o'clock in the afternoon, just because you signed your papers at 10 a.m. doesn't mean that you're getting the keys to your house. So they may actually hold up that you taking possession of the house until all of the money has changed hands and they've gotten the wire. That's one benefit that we have, is we fund everything by check. We're local, and we go to the closing with the check, so we typically don't have those issues. We just are there long enough to determine that there's no issues, that everything's handled, and that you as a buyer are taken care of, and money changes hands, you get your keys and move on down the road.